How can it be unknown person?
No, Lordship kindly considers.
Somebody was there.
But how do we know who was there?
Document could not have just floated in a thin air and landed in the table of the video. This could not have been done. What is the CCTV footage is for?
Yes.
Because it is very clear that it is just a formality. You have filed an FIR and you
delay tactics being adopted by the Election Commission deliberately. This is a deep-rooted conspiracy. And that conspiracy has to be, my lord, unearthed. We are not of a consideration for today's proceedings would be, my lord, to appointment of an investigating agency for the purpose of, my lord, investigating the whole state of affairs, how it could happen. It's not just a mere slip. And our allegation is not that by this process, many nominations which couldn't have been accepted were accepted, and thereby the election continued. And since the Election Commission and the state agencies both are involved, unfortunately, my lord, I would appeal to a lordship to appoint, my lord, any central agency or a team be constituted by the court under the supervision of any judge of this, retired judge of this court, which the division bench did. Either of the way, my lord, it should be investigated upon. And Lord, as I find the ramifications are larger, to that extent, central government or central agencies might have something to say.
Has any proceeding been initiated against that officer? Let me see. Has any final order been
No, Your
passed?
Lordship, this has been forwarded to the backward classes where the officer was, the disciplinary authority of the officer. The disciplinary authorities will look into it and they will start a proceeding as soon as possible. And an FIR has also been lodged, which is at page number 11. 11.
And complaint FIR against unknown person.
Yes, because of the signatures.
How can it be unknown person?
No, Lordship kindly considers.
Somebody was there.
But how do we know who was there?
Your client accepted the nomination paper and now you say you do not know who filed the nomination and you lodge complaint against unknown persons. How is it possible?
Your Lordship, the district magistrate show cause the BDO. BDO in turn calls the inquiry on the APRO. After that, Your Lordship, certain facts came in light. And after that, the signature that was a mandate during the elections that he has to remain present, this still now, they have not been able to do it. That is why FIR has been dealt with in this on the 19th. And consequent steps
they have
will
not
fall.
been able to do. That means in many cases, there may be many instances where the candidate was not personally present and the nominations have been
I
filed.
humbly submit before Your Lordship.
Yes.
During our course of experience in our courts, Lordships have also seen those who are present before the court or some things that have been brought before notice of the court. That is, this matter, specifically this matter, this is also a point of consideration before the pill bench, where we have stated in our affidavit that yes, steps have been taken and nomination has been cancelled.
No, but this is only one matter. There are several matters with the same allegation.
They are all before Your Lordship. They are all before the pill bench. They are the petitioners over there. They know better than me. They are leveling allegations day and night against us. And we are taking steps. What more, Lordship?
No, but then how can the FIR be lodged against unknown persons?
I will come back.
Somebody was there. Certainly the document could not have just floated in a thin air and landed in the table of the video. This could not have been done. What is the CCTV footage is for?
Yes.
Can you not identify who was the person and who submitted the nomination paper?
Let me come back on that.
No, certainly, because it is very clear that it is just a formality. You have filed an FIR and you know nobody will follow it through.
Kindly will not make that second part of the question.
Yes.
So it is not, I was not saying anything because this part.
Yes.
I'll only join issue with the part of the investigating agency. Last order, page 7, first paragraph. I will not submit anything.
How
more.
can an FIR be filed against an unknown person when admittedly there was a nomination filed physically before the block development officer? Just tell me this.
Let me come back on that.
No, Lord, I would most humbly submit, Lord, this is the delay tactics being adopted by the Election Commission deliberately. The way fast order was passed by the Election Commission and that shows total callousness on the part of a constitutional agency, being saying, I cancel the nomination. Without going into the matter, how could this happen? This is more fundamental. And court came to a conclusion, there should be an investigation, only issue what should the investigating agency. State has an objection saying that it should be within the state periphery, any agency under the state.
Yes.
Now that argument would have hold water, but because of the involvement of even the high officials of Election
Yes,
Commission,
this is, in-
One minute, I'll hear you. Yes.
high officials of state government, not below the maybe DM and the Election Commission being a constitutional authority, all having been involvement, and where the police agencies were also deployed with the orders of this court. They have some involvement of the police agency, maybe directly or indirectly. But all these things should come within the compass of investigation by an independent agency. That too, the ramification is international. Therefore, with deepest of respect, I would submit the state shouldn't have any qualm if the agencies appointed by this court for an independent and proper investigation. To unearth the truth, I say, this is a deep-rooted conspiracy. And that conspiracy has to be, unearthed. We are not imputing allegation against XYZ. This is a system which should be properly cured. That's my humble submission.
Yes.
Yes, I'll draw an issue only on the part where my senior friend wants the investigation by a central agency.
Not
Not-
central, independent agency.
Not,
It's an independent agency, not
Not-
necessarily central agency.
Very purposely, I have seen your lordship can also see the array of parties, It is quite clear, what they want and how they want to. There is no threat with regard to the fact of the SIT, but I'll say, that this what is being submitted today, is what is being imported. Why? Because my learned senior friend knows very well that to fit into the criteria of a CBI investigation, he'll have to make out a case with regard to involvement of high officials. Because the third category, which has been mentioned by the Honorable Supreme Court in Bengal, is absent. That is a faulty investigation. That scope, that case has not arisen as yet. So my learned friend wants to pigeonhole it into the first and second criteria that top officials, political personalities, persons are involved in it. Now, this what is transpiring from the report, from the steps taken by the commission, is that APRO is there, APRO so far was given, and the APRO has replied, and the controlling authority has taken whatever steps is required. But till that point of time, till acceptance of the nomination, where the problem is, the scrutiny, in my understanding, at the time of scrutiny, the person need not be present personally. The agent can be there. So at the time of scrutiny, it may so happen that the candidate was not there. But the main problem area is where the nomination is accepted without the original signature. Now, as far as that part is concerned, there only an omnibus pleading saying that high officials are involved, as if the State Election Commissioner had called up the APRO that you please accept this nomination. This part is a bit stretching the elastic too far for its sustenance.